Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lady Nika, and with tonight's episode of Greenleaf, we're gonna do Greenleaf first. I'm still gonna come back and do Black Ink Crew, but I want to get the heavy episodes and stuff out of the way, cause y'all know when we do Black Ink Crew, we just talk shit and swallow spit. Okay, that's really all I do with that. So we're gonna open back up. This is season 2, episode 10. Call me. Call not complete. Okay. And it opens up with Lady May giving Mavis a call, telling her when Uncle Creepy Mac ashes gonna be laid. Well, they actually wasn't laid. They was actually uh, poured into the lake or ocean or whatever the hell that was. It looked like a lake to me. But anyway, she's saying that, I know we done had our differences, Mavis, throughout the years. Whether it be good or whether it's my fault or whether it's good or bad, my fault, your fault, or whatever. A lot of stuff has happened in our lives, and I would like for us to have a new beginning, me and you. It's still time, and I'm asking that if you would like to have that new beginning with me. First of all, she tells her the date and time of Uncle Creepy Mac's um, ashes. I guess his homegoing ceremony. So I'll call it that. That she let her know the date and time of that, but she, basically reaching out to her sister, want to talk to her. Okay, want to start again. Now, child Gigi done woke up and she over to Darius' house, honey. She saying that she happy and rested, but she ain't going to church this Sunday. Say she don't feel like dealing with them church folks looking at her crazy. Darius shares with her that he has a possible job, a second job or another job lined up, possibly in New York. She want to know why he ain't, why you ain't saying nothing about that. Well, it really wasn't the right time or place for me to tell you. He said he not really certain that he even gonna take it. It's all dependent on the salary and a few other things as well. So he tell her, we gonna see. We gonna see about that. Now, Gigi, I don't know about Darius still. I got my good eye still on him. I got that good eye still on him. So I don't know about him, but child, if he is halfway good, don't let him slip through your fingers, because you see how it went with Noah. You let him turn you every which way but loose, and then he still wind up gone, because we ain't seen Noah no more. Now Jacob is outside on the land that he now owns, and he out there preaching the word. He said he finally understood what his purpose and his calling is, and he gonna preach the word of God whether he have walls or not, honey. Okay, he gonna be obedient to God's words. Gigi wants to know if Darius is leaving, um, because she want to know, are you, back over at his house? She preparing to go, and she like, are you leaning more toward wanting to leave? I'm asking because I need to know, are we like breaking up? And he said, well, I didn't know we was together. She's like, now we something. You know what I'm saying? He admitted that his editor do want him to stick around and get the story on Uncle Creepy Mac attacking her. That kind of made her feel like that's what this all about. Why he's still here and in my faces, because now he wants the story. I don't think that's necessarily what it is, but we gonna see. We gonna see by him, okay? Now Bishop come to the spot Jacob is preaching in, and he telling Jacob to remember his mother just lost her brother. Jacob said, let me tell you something. I'm going to be there to spread the ashes, but I'm going to continue life on like it was. Um, Jacob is dedicated to having his church, he say. Lady May arrives, and she's saying, did we not learn anything from the season of Bassett Skanks? Carissa said, Jacob, not Bassett, though. Bishop tell him he gonna regret going in the footsteps of Skank, because this shit is deeper than what you know. And Carissa is saying she want to know what exactly did they mean by that. Okay. Now, Lady May is asking Charity, girl, where is Kevin? Because can't nobody find Kevin. Remember last episode, Kevin left a note and he done disappeared. Well, child, he done left. We don't know where he is. And remember, he's the person that takes care of their outreach programs. Lady May running around the church. She don't know what to do. She don't know what he started, what he stopped. All she know is things ain't being tended to. So she asking Charity, have you tried to reach out to him? She says she did, but he hasn't returned any of her calls. She tell Lady May that she's going to try again. Lady May like, look, because you could tell that Charity is clearly bothered right now. She said, look, I'm not trying to get you to open up no doors that already been closed. I just wanted to know if maybe you heard from him and what he's planning on doing. Is he coming back? But don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. I'll deal without him, okay? Now, Jacob, Carissa, and the kids looking at this recording of Jacob's sermon, and Carissa proud, but she trying to prep him to go to TV. That's what she really want him to do. She want him to take his ministry to the TV. He said in time, but we're gonna keep doing this, okay? Now, Charity calls Kevin, and he don't answer. She upset he done disappeared. She said, "Could you think you could call back to the woman that was your best friend, your wife, and the mother of your child? You think you can get her a phone call back to let me know what's going on with you? Because my parents are all over the place. They want to know where you at, and you just basically picked up and left, and I don't understand that." Okay. Now, Charity, you should come. You wasn't really trying to be with this man. In fact, once you got that little information about what he was doing, and I can understand that, he not living his real life. He's faking and jaking with you. You a beard in a sense, even though he loves you, you're a beard. But see, you was quick to want to end it all. Cause you had got a little gleamer in your eye when you was looking at Jabari down to the church. You even took it to the church. Y'all sitting up in there on Sunday morning service just singing, and you could tell the body language was saying that you was happy with more than the Lord, cause you was looking at this man and he was giving you what you wanted, in your ear, cause you hadn't crossed the line that we know of yet. You hurried up and got rid of your husband after you found out his situation. You told him you wasn't going to tell the parents what the real deal was, and you wind up spilling tea. Now, this man has disappeared on that ass. He gone to deal with learning to be a gay man in this world, and you shook. You shook, girl. But you going to be all right. Now, Zora Sophia is out. They out on a little date. It's got Sophia boyfriend and one of Sophia boyfriend's friends for Zora. Zora clearly not interested. She finding everything wrong with this boy. And why? Because like I told y'all on the last episode, this little girl still wanna have some dealing. See, she got a proclivity for what I would like to call the bad boy. She gonna have to learn the hard way that ain't the boy for her. So because she really still want to fool with old boy, she ain't giving the new dude a chance, and he trying to be just as nice and cordial to her as he possibly can. But she ain't trying to really deal with the boy. Okay, she want to deal with Isaiah. Hmm. Charity comes to see Aaron. She got a little baby Nathan with her and everything, and she want to talk about, is there a way you can find Kevin for me? She claiming her parents really need him, and she want to know if he can do it. And he said, "Give me a chance, and give me a day, and let me see what I can find out. I might be able to locate him for you." Now let's go back to the bowling ball, the bowling alley, because that's what a little supposed to been double date was going on there. Now, like I said, old boy trying to be friendly toward Zora, but she ain't really feeling him. She finding fault in that boy. And after the date is over, he tries to talk to her. She's still not interested, and she winds up asking Sophia, "Did you tell Roberto, whatever his name is, about what happened with Isaiah down to the studio?" She said, "Yeah." She said, "Why you told him that?" She said, "Cause that's my boyfriend. I don't keep that kind of stuff secret. Plus, I mean, what's the big deal? You're not dealing with him anymore." Zora had a problem with that. She real upset about it. Zora gonna be something this season. The rest of this season, I think. Zora she gonna keep playing with that fire, and she gonna eventually get burned. Mark my words. Watch what she doing, because later on in the episode, I gonna get that little part out. We see she has had contact with Isaiah. He's sending her messages through, I think, the Facebook Messenger or something like that. And then when she's looking at another footage of her father preaching, he mentions Isaiah. So he don't know that she ain't completely stopped dealing with Isaiah either, even though they don't know about what went down at the studio. This girl still want to fool with this boy, and that boy gonna cause some more problems than she ready for. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Darius and Gigi talking on the phone about this job he may possibly take over in New York, and Gigi not happy about it at all. You can tell she not. He telling her she can come visit, but you can tell that clearly ain't something that she wants to even consider doing, because she don't want him to leave. That's just to be the truth. But she ain't saying that to him. He wanted to keep talking on the phone. She done got in her damn brand new feelings and say that she gonna talk to him later, okay? Now Bishop is talking to Lady May about a series he's working on and say that he may actually even make it become a book. She telling him that's what you ought to do. She said, I love when you write a book. Matter of fact, I still get wisdom from the last book that you had. He asked her what she planned on doing today. She said, I guess I'm gonna have to find another person to run our outreach programs, and she had some other stuff that she had to tend to. So they decide they're gonna meet up for lunch later on, and he's telling her, I am really happy I chose you as my life partner. God really blessed me. And I said, oh, that's sweet. I like that. But see, I see some problems coming. Okay. Now, Aaron calls Kevin. Apparently, he know what Kevin is. I don't think Kevin answers the phone. Y'all get me together down in the pen if he did. But he let him know, look, Charity looking for you, and I need to know, do you want me to tell her where you is or what's going on? You get back to me and let me know. I said, so I figured he knew. I figured he had probably knew what his boy was in. Now, I want to know where he is, that only Aaron know, okay? Anyway, child, Bishop goes to his office and old Corrine tell him that $10,000 check, it cleared. Yes, it did. So he calls the benefactor of that $10,000, Miss Rochelle Crawford. Excuse me, and they decide that they gonna meet up for lunch as well. So he go over to the Lady May, the first lady, and tell her, look, I know we was planning on having a lunch, but do you mind if a third party join us? The Lady Rochelle Cross, I like her. She's in town and she's available to meet with us today. Lady May still not really feeling like dealing with people. At the end of the day, her brother dead. Whether he was a son of a or he was one of God's angels, he still was her brother. And like she told Bishop before, he wasn't always like this. So she's somewhat mourning and not wanting to deal with it. She told him though that check cleared, you need to meet up with her. She might need to be she might need to be a member. So he said okay. Now, he's on his way out to his car and talking to Gigi, telling her, look, you know what? Out of the ashes of this tragedy could come something good. You and your mama may actually become closer. Be there for your mama right now for me. And he mentions also your brother Cross over there preaching like a street corner preacher. I don't know what that's all about. He gonna have to figure that out for himself. It is what it is. And he goes on out to meet with the lady that gave the $10,000 check, okay? When he gets there, he explains that Lady May was unable to make it, and she seemed like she was just fine with it, okay? So you see Gigi and Charity talking, and she wants them to get together. If she can get Marisol to watch the baby tonight, let's go over to Jacob and see what's going on with him. He over there preaching in that empty lot right there in front of Charity. Let's go over there and see if we can find out exactly where he going with all of this right here. Now, back at the lunch, the lady says she donated that money because she felt some guilt in her heart for lack of participation in church over the last few years. Rochelle Cross told the bishop, don't call me Miss Cross, you can call me Rochelle. And he's telling her, well, what normally happens at my church when a person makes a donation of that size, they allow certain privileges. We call it the bishop round table. She hurry up and let him know that I'm not interested in no round table other than the one that we sitting there right now. And I kind of thought she was flirting with old Bishop. Did y'all get that? If y'all got that she was flirting with him a little bit, put it down in that panic section and let me know. I sure felt like she was, because soon as she said that and she excused herself to go to the ladies' room, he started calling for the check. So I felt like he felt something too. Girl, you trying to comfort me, or is it something you want? And he even tells Lady May when he gets home, she ain't looking to try to join our church, but she did make the donation. But he don't know what to, what he ain't giving her too much. Lady May just want to sit there and fellowship with the Lord in her thoughts right now. So she gonna join him later. He going to get him some rest. He don't know what's going on with her, but I got the impression she was flirting with the bishop. Now, Jared and Dee Dee go over to Carissa Jacobs' house and they having dinner with the family, right? Carissa says she appreciate them bringing it over because she been doing a whole lot of cooking and the night off is wonderful. Carissa asks Gigi, girl, have you sought counseling since, that incident with Uncle Mac? She said no. She told her, she said, because Carissa is, oh, I don't like Carissa. Carissa talks too damn much for real. She's telling her it ain't nothing wrong with counseling. Gigi said I ain't never said it was. I just don't need counseling. That's the reason why I didn't. I haven't gone to counseling. Then it moves on to what's up with Kevin. Charity admits that it looked like he done left town. The children realized that wasn't a conversation with them, so they gets up and leave, okay? Because she admits Kevin gay, girl. That's the reason why we broke up. And she ain't never said it out loud. And she upset about the situation, especially the fact that by all intents and purposes, based on what it seems, he has run off. And remember, he got a baby with her. So she hurting, but she's laughing. It's not that laugh, ha ha laugh. It's that laugh you give when you trying to laugh to keep from crying, really. And Carissa didn't get it because she don't know them because Jacob and damn Gigi was laughing with her. They know what that laugh is all about. That's the reason why when you saw that and they all was doing that and they was all able to understand what she was doing, you should have kind of played a backseat role in the conversation going forward, okay? Then Charity asked if he planned to continue preaching down at the church, right? Across the street from the family church. Jacob said he finally found his purpose and he got the land and so he gonna do what it is that he has to do. Gigi said, look, you ain't gotta do all that. You need to be back at the family church. It's no sense in you sitting over here in this empty lot preaching to whoever may come along. You can have my position at the church. And Charity was like, why? What you gonna do? She said, well, there's a possibility that I could move to New York. I said, girl, you got it bad for Darius, son. You think about you might move away. It's like, no. I don't want to do that. I feel like my purpose is greater than sitting up in a church dealing with, the issues y'all deal with over at the church. He's not ready to do that. Okay? Gigi reminded Jacob that you do know our dad is sick, and Charity, she over here raising a kid by herself right now, and she travels in and out of the state because her music career is kind of taking off a little bit. You can't leave daddy there alone. And Carissa said, like you did. Gigi told her, girl, let me tell you something. I was 18, and you don't know what the hell you talking about. Jacob said someone does need to be there for the dad, but it won't be him because he feel like his purpose is elsewhere. I was like, okay. I was cool with that conversation because in a way, I get what they saying. Look, Gigi, you left at 18, you was gone 20 years. We had, and Charity tells her this later on, we had to stay here and try to fill your shoes, which we didn't do too successfully because Daddy wanted you here. Now, it's not fair for you to ask us to continue to do it when you here. You need to be in place to help Daddy because you're the one that he's looking forward to having there to help him. We do our little part as best we can, but we got a right to be able to walk away and not feel like we walking out on our parents because another sibling is there. That sibling should be you. Now, what I had a problem with in that conversation was I felt like Carissa need to shut up. A lot of these family problems they having in the Greenleaf family started long before you came along. And since your husband hasn't shared each and every little minute detail with you, because clearly he didn't, because if he had, he'd have told you about Uncle Matt. You didn't find that out until when we did. And you supposed to been married to him long enough to have made 3 children or 2, however many y'all got. Okay, so I feel like even though that's your husband and you trying to stand up for him, it was no reason to stand up for him. He knows he's strong enough as a man to be able to stand up to his sisters for himself. Lady May told you season 1 your strength lied in your silence, girl. You might need to listen to Lady May. She know a little something, okay? Remember that at all times. Sometimes a woman's strength lies in her silence, okay? And like I said, later on when Charity and Gigi get back to the house, they had that conversation. Girl, you need to be the one to stay for a change. We've always stayed. You turned 18, you left, you was gone for 20 years. We sat here and tried to be what, try to make up for your loss, and we never failed. We never were able to do that. You here now. Do your part and stop depending on us to do everything, because we're not the only siblings here. They drop dead, I ain't gonna be the only one doing it anyway. And I told y'all, it's at that moment there we see that Zora does have contact with this Isaiah boy. Now Aaron is in Lady Mae's office the next day telling her, I got to go. She don't want him to go. He said, look, I came, I knew I wasn't gonna be here long, but I've done all I can do here and I got to go. It's a must. She said, well, if you must go, okay, and just give your father my fondest regards, okay? Baby Nathan crying and Charity about to, just worried about where Kevin asked and disappeared to, and am I stuck with this baby by myself? Gigi gives Darius a story about her encounter with Uncle Mac, as she promised she would. Told him, you write it up how you want to. If you do decide to go with this and your editor says it's okay, give me a heads up so I can let my parents know. Um, and she's saying that when she's in New York, maybe they can have some dinner sometime. He said, I'm not going to New York. I decided a couple of days ago that I'm going to stay here. And you could tell she was happy because they went to locking lips. Now, Gigi, in this scene, in this season, if you going to keep being at this man's house, and you gonna keep locking lips with him, you supposed to be a minister of the word, okay? I'm gonna need you to make that a little bit better. Now, you ain't supposed to be of the world, so you can't do worldly things, girl. You can't stand in that pulpit and tell me that you know God and the pardon of your sins and you are called according to his purpose, and you out here doing thought shit that I might do, because I ain't all the way there. You supposed, in order to stand before the congregation, you supposed to been chosen. You know that the saying is, many come, few are chosen. So if you chosen, I need you to act like it, and you're gonna have to get it together with this man. You can't be fornicating and carrying on and going up in that church and that pulpit preaching them sermons, honey. I'm gonna need you to get right with the Lord, okay? All the way right. Now, the last scene takes us to a memorial for Uncle Mac. All the family's there, as they said they would be, minus Aunt Mavis. She ain't there. Gigi even shows up. Lady Mae was glad she was there. She gave her a hug and told her she glad she came. They hadn't invited Gigi for obvious reasons, but she came anyway. And as Jacob was pouring out Uncle Creeping Mac's ashes, it's a solemn moment and everything. I felt I ain't feel shit, child, because he had to molested so many children, did so much wrong. It ain't up to me to deal with him. You go on the guard and I'm gonna let him stall you out. And that was it on that episode right there. If I left anything out, please put it down in the panic section. We can talk about it always down there. Y'all remember, the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, please remember to like this video. Get down in the panic section, get a little conversation going with me if you will. Subscribe to my channel for the free 99, and then hit your notification bell so that each and every time I'm down here on these YouTube streets, you'll get notified and you can join in on the conversation with me at any time, honey, because you're going to know I'm down here if you click that notification bell. And if you share videos, feel free to share this video wherever it is that you share videos. And I'll see you guys back shortly for Black Ink Crew Chicago. Peace.